What's going on, y'all? It's your man, Stephen Bardo, coming back at you with the post-game wrap-up. Man, did Michigan State look good? Hope you guys were able to see it. What's up, Nick? Good to see you on here. So Michigan State 80, Notre Dame 70. General Patton, what's good? Lynn Holly, good to see you. Gailey Tucker, thanks for jumping on once again. Smorga 1911. I hope you guys watched the game, and I hope you guys came away as impressed as I was with Michigan State's defense. They hit Notre Dame with a 26-0 run, kind of the last 5 minutes of the first half into like the first 6 minutes of the second half. They were suffocating defensively. So you guys remember this young man right here, Prentice Hub, that I told you to look out for, right? So Prentice Hub ended the game with 23 points, but he took 22 shots. He was 7 of 22 from the field. He had 5 turnovers. 4 of those were in the first half. Josh Pickens, good to see you. Thanks for jumping on. Gotta love life 34. Good to see you. Thanks for hopping on. Aaron Henry, Rocket Watts, man, these guys were suffocating defensively. They did a great job on Prentice Hub. Dane Goodwin, who I thought would show up a little bit more. He just, Notre Dame just was no match for the physicality and the defensive stature of Michigan State. I told you the player to watch for Michigan State, Joey Hauser. Joey Hauser ends up 4 of 11 from the field. He had a career high 16 rebounds and 10 points. 908, thanks for jumping on. Calvin Cavada, good to see you on here. So when you look at what Michigan State was able to do defensively was outstanding. Notre Dame was only shot 29% from the field in the first half. There was a stretch midway in the first half where Notre Dame was really flowing. They were hitting their threes. They were getting into the paint. They were open, and then you saw Rocket Watts slap the floor like Michigan State does a lot of times. And, man, did they turn up the defensive pressure. It was something to see. So, once again, Michigan State, that final score is not indicative of how big they were up. They were up 26, Michigan State, in the second half. And they took the gas off, getting other players into the game. So it was really good to see how Michigan State locked down defensively. Big Ten representative says Captain Fletcher. Yes, they are. Kevin Hayward, my heart is full of. Kevin, you're not a Notre Dame fan. That's all right. Rob Murphy, what's good, Coach? How you doing, man? Head coach of Eastern Michigan, had played Michigan State to open the season, and he was down a lot of players, I think, because of they had some COVID issues. I think they had some injury issues, so they went in a little understaffed, underhanded against Michigan State. So good to see you, Coach. Who's your next game, if you don't mind? J5 Rock, what's good? Watts slapped the floor and said it's on. Exactly. That's exactly what they did. Thank you, Donovan Lang. I appreciate it, my man. Good to see you as always. I need to be at Michigan State versus Illinois game. I'll take some great stats, says Jeff Jarvis. Well, Jeff, I don't know that I'm going to be at that game, but if you are at that game, hey, hook it up. Hook it up, because you know that'll be a good one. What's up, Captain Fletcher? Thank you, my man. Appreciate you. Remember Rocket going off against the Illini last year in Champaign. Carol, I actually mentioned that during the game, talking about how his confidence started to elevate towards the end of last season. So we actually got that in on the broadcast. Look at you, ex-player. Yes, Helen, Bart 11. That's my sister, so I always blow my sister a kiss. Love you. Yeah, the defense was stellar. Okay, so Coach Rob Murphy, the head coach of Eastern Michigan, I'm doing Instagram as well as all of my platforms here on StreamYard. Coach says they were missing 6 players at Michigan State. They play a good Toledo team at home on Friday. Coach, good luck to you, man. I'm going to keep tabs on you throughout the year. Hope you guys get healthy, and I hope you are full strength against Toledo because those are good. Hey, my play-by-play partner, Lisa Byington, jumps on. If you guys watch the game, Lisa and I were on the ones and twos. One of my favorite people, not just one of my favorite people to work with, but one of my favorite people. Lisa does a great job, and we had fun talking the game today, as we always do. Sometimes, and Lisa's gonna laugh when I say this, we actually get paid to do what we do. We actually get paid. Like, I like Lisa. Like, I could hang out with Lisa away from sports. She's cool people. And the fact that I get to work with all these cool people, Lisa Byington, Kevin Kugler, Brandon Gowden, I mean, I'm blessed. So, I got nothing else to say. A Game Podcast, thanks for following A Game Podcast. I think you were on with my man, Uncle Smoothie, and you guys were cracking up. I didn't get a chance to see the footage, but I'm going to go back and check it out. So keep up the great work. Cubs fans, we got a Cubs fan on here. Y'all know I don't like the Cubs, but welcome, Cubs fan 070816. It's all good, man. I'm just, I don't like the Cubs, but I'm okay with Cubs fans. Kenny Kim, thank you, man. How deep is the Big Ten this season? The Big Ten, believe it or not, Kenny, the Big Ten, I think, is deep. It's deeper than it was last year, right? Northwestern's better. Nebraska's better. The reports out of Penn State are, I don't know. I don't know how they can be as good as they were last year with the loss of some of their key personnel. Lamar Stevens was a grown man. Mike Watkins was a grown man. They lost those guys. So the jury's still out, but everybody got a little bit better. So the Big Ten is as deep as a lot of people have ever seen it, Kenny. So it's going to be interesting. Romy Johnson, Notre Dame guard, needs to score more. Joey Hauser, one-dimensional. Michigan State need more clock. Romy, what are you drinking? What are you drinking? Because whatever it is, I want some. Joey Hauser, one-dimensional? Yeah, you didn't see the game tonight. Notre Dame guard need to score more? Well, Romy, they could if Aaron Henry and Rocket Watts wasn't in their jock straps. They got D'd up, bro. That Michigan State, how good was Preston in person? Cubs fans, he was as good as advertised. Unfortunately, I wasn't there in person because we are having to call games from the studio because announcers can't be on site in the state of Illinois. I believe they can be in certain states. And so, like Sean Morris and his play-by-play partner were up, I believe they were in the 22nd row of stands in the PNC, the Pinnacle Bank Arena. And so it just depends on the state that you're in. You may be able to be at the venue, but you're really far removed from the floor. So I didn't get a chance to see Jason Preston up close, but I saw enough to know that the kid can flat out ball, right? I mean, he went toe-to-toe with one of the best in the country in Iowa DeSumo and more than held his own with 31 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. 6 assists. It's top powerhouse. Captain, no doubt about it. Big Ten is they should get it. If we do, let's hope that I'm going to say it. We're going to have a March Madness. So I want to put that out there. And if we do, you should see a Big Ten team there, if not two. Your sidekick, Lisa Byington, mentioned you knowing all about defense from your playing days. You have to give her some credit. As basketball fans, we remember who was Defensive Player of the Year in 88, 89. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. I try to be a little modest, but Lisa doesn't allow me to do it all the time. Yeah, Donovan. Man, I'm telling you, Lisa Byington is one of the more versatile commentators that we have at Big Ten Network. She's done play-by-play. She's done sideline. She's done color. She hosts studio shows. there's really nothing that she can't do. And she and I worked years together in the WNBA, and we have great chemistry. So who would win in the challenge? Shoot, Steve Smith would win hands down, Donovan. I ain't got nothing for Steve Smith then, and I ain't got nothing for him now. That dude is a baller, man. Justice 792, B Mills, Chi-Town 13. Thanks for jumping on, guys. Yeah, she could throw the lob. True Michigan State D was on point. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Can't wait for Virginia game. Romy Johnson, isn't that something? How they do that? So Joey goes to Michigan State, Sam goes to Virginia, and of course they put both of those two against one another in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. That's going to be fun because more than likely they're very similar in size. Joey's a little bit taller at 6'9". I think Sam's like 6'7.5", 6'8". They'll likely go up against one another. That'll be fun. That'll be fun to see. GS Kids 10, how hard is it to call a game from studio as opposed to being courtside? Great question. You know, GS Kids 10, I've had the benefit of, I used to call ESPN international games. So those are NBA broadcasts that were piped out all over the world, except the United States. So the United States wouldn't see the ESPN international games, but all the Caribbean countries. And so a lot of times when I was calling games for ESPN International, we do the same thing. We have a monitor that pumps in the feed. They lay our sound over and pump it back out. And so I was doing that right around the 9/11. So I've been doing that for years. And then I did it with the WNBA, as I mentioned with Lisa Byington. She and I would do the road games in a similar fashion from a studio where they bring in the feed, they bring in the game feed from cameras, they lay our sound on top and push it back out. So it is a difference to where the thing is, like, I have great vision. I have point guard vision, meaning that I can see stuff when I'm at a game. I can see something happening with players that are talking crap to each other, or something happens on the bench that I can see while the game is going on that I can point out. So those things I kind of lose. So that intimate feel, those little nuances, the cheap shots, the guys chirping at one another, I can't really see that. But pretty much everything else I'm able to pick up because we have one monitor on one side. The other monitor has multiple shots that sometimes I can glance and see different things. So it is an adjustment. But to keep everybody safe, I'm overjoyed that we're even able to have college basketball right now. But that's a great question. So what's up, B Houston 34? Good to see you on here. Thank you, bro. Hold on, let me take that down. So if you guys want to join the tribe, shoot me a text, 312-847-2739. That's kind of a behind-the-scenes thing. It's more of a community built around texting. It's something new that I'm trying. So if you want to join the tribe, jump in there. And then, as always, Bartles Breakdown, baby. So didn't want to go long. I think Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. might be on their first bottle of Geritol right now. So I want to dump out. Hope you guys doing well. Thank you, IG. Thank you, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. Love y'all. Have a great night. Enjoy the fights. And I'll holler at y'all later. Peace, y'all.